from Ustream in just a minute.
And it's already connected to, yeah, Facebook. Yeah, everything's automatic, right?
I don't know.
Okay, hopefully.
Okay, we are live, and I am going to hide myself and let you take it away.
Thank you, Garth, so much.
Thank you, Garth. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Seeing with the Eyes of Compassion with Karuna. Hi, Karuna.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Where are you connecting from today?
I'm living in Gold Hill above Boulder, 9 miles above Boulder in the Rocky Mountains. So I've got these 33 peaks peeking at all of you right now. So I'm sending you that juju, that
Oh my,
lovely
I
spirit.
love it. I'll
Yeah.
receive it. And 33 is my number. I love that. So it's
Oh, there you go.
very auspicious and special. I'm Carissa Sims, live event host for Humanities Team, and I'm coming to you live from Lafayette, Colorado, not far from Gold Hill, maybe about 30 minutes.
Mhm.
So thank you all for joining us for our interactive Q&A program. You'll have an opportunity to connect directly with Karuna and get answers to any questions or comments you might have about her courses on Stream Plus or her new book, Light on Kundalini. I would love to introduce Karuna, bringing her own unique brand of compassion, enthusiasm, and pure joy to every Kundalini yoga practice. Karuna offers private one-on-one teachings designed for each individual, holds weekend intensives on varying themes, including rebirthings, relationships, women's issues, practicing nonviolence, understanding grief, and mastering challenges. She leads special events and retreats all over the world. Additionally, Karuna practices in the healing arch, which includes nutritional background in line with Ayurvedic diet and energetic healings in ceremonial and ritual cleansings initiated by the Lakota tradition. True to her spiritual name, which means compassion. And I love that our title today is compassion, seeing through the eyes of compassion. Karuna helps her students from all walks of life push beyond self imposed limits. And Karuna is also the author of Light on Kundalini and a Kundalini practitioner in the Boulder community. So, how are you today?
I am so available and honored to be sitting with you and your community, our community, in this amazing flow of time and space in which we are really needing to step in, needing, no, ready to step into our mastery. And so, what I'd like to do is, I'd like to tune us in so we feel the frequency of this bubble of energy of the aura 9 feet above us, below us, from side to side, in front of us, and back of us. And that will consolidate this conversation to be meaningful for those listening and those who will listen eventually to the call of nature. So bringing your palms together, thumbs into the sternum, rotating the fingertips up, elbows are wide. You feel that temple from the elbow to the crown chakra, the seventh gate, opening up the seventh aura from the 10th gate unto infinity, from this dense, finite, might I add the word condensed place. We sit and we resonate with the right left palm, touching each other. It is referenced as the Ida and the Pingula at the base of the spine. When you bring your palms together, it balances the right left hemisphere of the brain. So we're bringing everything together with the sound of ONG. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. It means I bow to the infinite wisdom within me, to the teacher within me, to reach you within you, to listen to you, and to the creative consciousness, universal chitta, mind, 81 facets within me and around me, to align with the sacred moment here and now. Come. Closing the eyes, looking 1/10 over the tip of the nose. Activates optic nerve frontal lobe of the brain to remove the mind's chatter of why I'm here. Don't ask, just close and bring it in and inhale. We'll chant 3 times only. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Let's do it together. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And sitting very still, listening from that tiny bone of your inner ear. I'll put a protection mantra around your right side, behind you, your left side, and in front of you 3 times. Stay very still and receive this mantra. Ad gaden me jugad gaden me sat gaden me sid gurudeven me. Ad gaden me jugad gaden me sat gaden me sid gurudeven me. Ad gaden me jugad gaden me sat gaden me sid gurudeven me. And please take a deep inhale through your nose and hold and pull the chin in and squeeze and smile and exhale. Receive this opening as our beautiful host, Carissa, invites us to talk about Kundalini Yoga and why she, at the base of your spine, is so paramount to open in this lifetime right now. This coiled, pent-up energy, Carissa, it's at the base of the spine. It's called Mata, mother. And we know right now the divine feminine is shouting out, calling and embracing us and not apologizing as if it's too late. It isn't. It's just begins. And it begins with the fierceness of your courage, your allowance, your awakened self. And it is a lifestyle, Carissa. It is a lifestyle guide. That's why I've called my book Light on Kundalini, because this is a lifestyle guide. And coming in 2 weeks, it'll be gated on Light on Kundalini, my manual. So you'll have something to follow. And it's for everybody. So I'm so happy to be here with you. And now we are here together. Thank you.
Thank you, Karuna, and thank you for sharing that incredible experience of cleansing and protecting us as we do this talk today, correct? Cleansing and protection?
Absolutely. Beautiful. Unsung Waheguru is a frequency, a foundational frequency that takes us and reminds us. You just said this, by the way. That's why I brought it up. When you said Sung Waheguru, meaning every thread of my being is engaged for you now. So I'm not thinking about yesterday. Or I'm not thinking about the future. I'm so with you right now. Isn't that how you want to have lunch? right? Is eye
Yeah.
to eye, heart to heart with each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. That's so beautiful. What a beautiful mantra and intention for all of you listening. So I wanted to share that Humanities Team Interactive Spotlight is for all of you. You can share your comments or questions wherever you're watching this live stream. And also, I wanted to bring up Karuna's courses on Stream Plus. So they include healing grief, getting the body out of distress, awakening the 10 bodies, 3-minute meditations, and 81 facets of mind. So it's so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's so great. These courses are available and they're also there's videos with each part of it. So we can take you right through it. So anywhere that you show up for the 81 facets of the mind per se, you will get the course explained to you, shown to you. You can write to me, ask me any questions on Karuna at lightonkundalini.com. Just write to me and ask questions and book a solo with me session so we can really define what the 81 facets of the mind are, because there's 9 aspects, there's 27 projections, each aspect has 3 downloads of projections that we act out in our daily life and don't even know where that's coming from. And then to define it is the 81 facets. It's the universal chitta. Chitta is universal mind. So the sophistication, I'm jumping in deep with you right now, is the 3 gunas. The 5 tattvas, earth, wind, fire, water, ether, the impersonal minds. So we talk about the impersonally personal, making everything impersonally personal. So you're not emotional and commotional because an old trigger hits you of a past reactive place you've stored in your subconscious that makes you react. We ask, act, don't react, right? Just act upon it so we understand the integrity of the web is dependent upon every strand. Ang Sang Wahe Guru. Every strand of my being is engaged. I'm responsible.
Mm. Well, I can feel your heart and your love for our audience, by how you're teaching, your openness, and you're just like really wanting people to transform and understand these aspects, this ancient wisdom that you bring together for this modern age, really. And I can feel like, yes, I see you are Karuna, and that means compassion. But how did you get your name?
Thank you for putting me back in that canoe. Though I missed the first ride across the Ganga. So being Karuna, I had to catch my own ride, which is so typical. It's like you know your destiny, look at your patterns, sit and meditate and realize that you are that person that misses the first boat and yet the second one is available, right? So that's how I got my name. Was I took a canoe across the Ganga in Mahashivaratri in
Is
March.
that in India?
We're in India
No.
right now.
Okay, we're in India. Okay.
We are in India, in Varanasi, in the oldest golden temple exists there with the biggest lingam in a temple that white faces can't go to visit. That's another story how I got in there.
Oh, except for Karuna.
Somebody had to faint to distract the police. I had all the facade ready. They just said, "Oh, go in, go in." And I just got in to see this giant lingam, which is, the metaphor of the masculine.
Okay.
So
Yeah, what is a lingam, if you can explain that?
a lingam is the metaphor, well, I would just say everybody look it up.
Okay.
Lingham. Because
Okay.
then you'll know why I
Okay.
ask you to look the lingam up.
Okay.
It's a metaphor for the masculine. However, Karuna was given to me by a pundit, a saintly man who just handed me a piece of paper, the same way somebody did the same thing, a medicine man in Vermont in 1995, maybe. This happened in 2004 later on. So I received my medicine Lakota Sioux name in Vermont the same way I received my Karuna name in Varanasi, India, on a incredible sacred journey I was on. And I've always sort of, since 92, when I graduated from the Bristol Old Vic and moved back to Colorado from London, I was guided on a spiritual awakening. And it put me in front of a medicine man, Frank Fool's Crow from the Lakota Sioux Nation up on the Pine Ridge Reservation, aligned me with people to guide me and initiate me in the Lakota Sioux tradition. And then I became Chante Iton Wawagalakawi, woman that speaks from her heart, from that lodge, in Vermont by a
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
How special.
I didn't ask for these things. I never asked.
But I mean, it's kind of a long name. So then, you go with Karuna.
No, I go with all of it. So
You do. You have all of it.
yeah,
Okay.
everybody, in my bio, you see I have 5 different names or 6. Yeah. So I just know where everybody knows me from, and I'll know which thing to shapeshift into. If they call me Carrie, I know it's in Colorado. If they call me Caroline, I know it's in London. If they call me Karuna, I know it's this, it's the Kundalini Yoga environment or Live Pre. So anyway, what's in a name, as Shakespeare says, right?
Well,
So that's how I got my name.
that's amazing. Thank you for sharing. And it sounds like a movie that I would really want to watch. Like very exciting. But the Lakota medicine man, did he just feel your energy and realize that this was meant to be, you were meant to be initiated into that?
So I was invited to Vermont to go to a 1-year-old little boy's naming ceremony in Vermont. And I showed up, and it was in a sweat lodge. And so they did this naming ceremony with the Lakota tradition. And I was just in the sweat lodge, and this elder medicine man just handed my friend a piece of paper to give to me with the name on it. So when you get something like that, you kind of say, well, what does it mean? What is it? And
Yeah.
the woman that speaks from her heart was like this horrible awakening sorry about that, of responsibility that horrible. I say, oh, I think I know how to speak with my heart, but I think this is going to trigger, like Karuna triggered compassion. I
Mm-hmm.
think I am compassionate. But oh my, I've just been given the name in a Mahashivaratri ceremony at the banks of the Ganga, which means, oh boy, responsibility to live up to that name. And why I talk about the divine feminine so much in the teachings and got integrated all that language is because she's super fierce. So when she gives you a name like Chante Iton Wawagalakawi or Karuna or Live Prekar, one pointed devotion to God, you kind of have to live up to them, or you might as well just stay under the quilt.
Yeah. Those are your options. Okay.
Those are your options, to stay asleep or to wake up.
Mm, beautiful. That's divine. So, what does it mean to see with the eyes of compassion? And how can we implement this into our daily lives?
I think the mirror comes to play here. And to look at yourself in others as they are looking back at you is to see that place of we are all in this together. And we are all loving. We came out of the womb with the first breath, and we'll go away back home with that last breath. And that is so divinely loving and compassionate in itself that it should drop all of us to our knees and bow.
Mm,
Because defining the different types of yogic practice is relevant to this conversation when you ask about compassion. When we speak of Kuan Yin, the goddess of mercy and compassion,
I
she
love her.
and she will bring us to where we need to go. The same way the mata at the base of our spine, the coiled pent up energy, once we awaken that, will bring us to our destiny and our purpose.
Mm,
Seeing through the eyes of compassion is asking, am I a devoted student to my self-care, to
mm,
my practice, to my family? Am I understanding that it's a universal family now? That all are welcome here, no matter the obstacles? We will deal with them. This is why I never turn anyone away when it comes to this practice. It's very important to say yes. And also very important to know, how to say no, to know how to say no, and to understand that, when we're ready, the teacher shows up. And if you're sitting in front of the screen right now, here I am. You're ready, right? We're ready. We haven't met before, you and I, and yet when we did, it was just like a loving laughter, you
yeah.
know,
It
of joy.
was pure joy and recognition of the goddess within you that is also within me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's seeing through the eyes of compassion right there, what you just said.
Mm,
Shared.
yeah. And it's beautiful. And also to be able to do that maybe in a challenging situation or an argument when you're not aligned or have a soul connection. I think that is really an important point about compassion, when we're seeing that mirror. Yes, what is that within us?
We are always aligned on a soul connecting place inside of us with
Interesting.
whomever we encounter. If it's a four-legged, a winged one, a plant, anything that, the little black spider that's been biting me, you don't kill it because you're mad at it because it bit you. You allow it to go outside where it belongs. We just
Yeah.
have to give each other directions and instructions. And if we live our lifestyle in this contemplative way, it actually gets a lot done. There's a meditation you can do for prosperity. So if you're struggling because you're working so many hours and then you have to come home and take care of the children and then you have to take care of you don't have time for anything. You're at that breaking point, that challenge. How do you refine and define yourself in this time? In that time, what the patterning has done and what socials have done and media has, you know, enhanced is a way out of feeling who we are. We compare and compete with each other as if we were a whole different species to each other. We're humanity's team here. Hello, we're
Yeah.
working together here, and you can understand through meditation the insults you give yourself, the way you look in the mirror, that mirror you talked about, is how you, whenever you know, deny yourself the love you deserve by forgiving and by raising your standards. I'm not participating anymore at that moment. I'm not indulging in that, you know, that stimulant that is going to take me away from my soul and myself. And it really just takes you to come to Costa Rica. I saw you there this morning with me on my walk. I was like, Carissa's going to come to Costa Rica, everyone.
Oh, really?
So,
Well, I have
and
to look into
and
that.
so are
You felt
you.
my soul. You felt my soul there, huh?
Yeah, because I'm thinking about retreat. And I'm thinking about when we go on retreat to Blue Spirit once a year, every year since the day it opened its doors, I've been going there. So 14 years I've been going to Nosara, to the Blue Zone.
Amazing.
It just takes away the effort. You know, when you go to Portofino, Italy, right? And you put your
I've
white
never
cotton
been.
dress, and you put your white cotton dress on, and you go like, oh, wait a minute. I get one step backwards and another step. I'm slowing down. I'm unwinding. And that's what happens, you know, when you get near water, the
I
mother.
see.
Yeah, you slow down, you unwind. And when you're nurtured with holistic Ayurvedic diet and food, you can have all the other things you like too. It's all there. But your mind changes, your stamina and vitality increase with the healthier you get in your diet. So, you know, inviting, and it's all in this wonderful, wonderful book that took me 5 years to write because, you
Oh
know,
my gosh.
it just, and there's more to come because we just need to keep growing and we're always changing. Do you know, Carissa, a woman has 11 moon centers? This is not the same on a gent. Sorry, gents. It's nothing to say that you're not as cool as a woman because what you're all identifying as
Yeah.
a woman and a
All
man.
the men out there.
We all have it.
Yeah.
But we do
We're
have
talking about just the
specific.
specialness of a
One
woman.
thing we do have in common, gents and ladies, or however you're identifying, is 9 holes. And those 9 holes are in our body. So what are we injecting? Hopefully, you know, some really good supplements and diet and food for life, you know, that you're growing from your garden and teaching your children to grow and manifest the seeds we plant. So, you know, these characteristics of our human nature, of our human being, do not like to medicate. They like to meditate, actually. So we're not stripping our goodness because I know complementary medicine is very important. And I look at so many people suffering with the cancers and Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, and you need the complementary, but we do need the holistic to go with the conventional medicines.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
we
I agree. We need
absolutely
to work
need to
together.
meditate. Yeah, we
Work
need to
together.
meditate.
Mhm. Yeah, well, I love what you said about coming together, bringing holistic with conventional, holistic medicine with conventional and functional medicine and all of that osteopathy. It's just it's incredible. And I let's hold that vision for humanity,
And just putting your hands here, everyone.
Okay.
Sending the Reiki to each other. Where do you have pain in your body? Turn your palms towards that pain and just feel the vibration from the centers of the lotus center of your palms and just heal. My right hand went to my heart. My left hand went to my third eye. I didn't ask or plan that. I didn't plan that. I asked. So there's something to bring my chest forward and my chin in and to awaken this wisdom that doesn't sound like a preacher or even a teacher. It sounds like a friend, a sister, to help, guide, and offer. And so then let's send that out, our own healing to each other. Reiki is so ancient. There's a
Are you
lot
a Reiki practitioner?
I am. And there's, well, we all are.
Right.
We all are our own medicine woman. We're our own Hochokawakan, the sacred hoop. We place a medicine, around us that defines who we are. And it's just so, we're going into this time now of social prescriptions, which define holistic upbringing and well-being. To invite the youth. We are listening to the youth because the wisdom of the Aquarian age versus this Kali, this very hot Kali Yuga, which was the Piscean age, which was greed and take, and need more, and need, and just not distributing the prosperity at all, but the me. So even the I has to disappear now. The self-inquiry has to be invited in, and we sit with that.
Mm. And can you share more about this meditation for prosperity that you were talking about? That really intrigued me.
I'm so glad you brought it up. You're so good.
Well, because
Where
you're talking about a new thinking where it's prosperity for all, it feels like a different frequency or energy.
we are raising, so just before we go in, and we will go into a 3-minute prosperity building meditation. And then and I will teach it so then you can do it every day for 3 to 11 minutes, and you can bring it on. And it can be as superficial as a washing machine, which is necessary actually, or a diamond necklace, or the healing of a friend. If we get really deeply into that, or the manifestation of your new project, your website, your social media, whatever you want to do to get your word out, manifest that, and you see it from the 14th chakra, the
Mm.
highest vibration. So we work with the 7 chakras and the 7 minds, but we talk about the 8th body. So the 3 minds are the negative, positive, and neutral, and they're all in the lower chakras, first, second, third chakra. The first chakra is the soul. So that's the tip of the tailbone, the mata, the soul. The 4th chakra is the neutral. So when we go to neutral from the negative second, the 3rd chakra, positive mind, we go to neutral mind, we sit in these 3 minds and we familiarize ourselves with the neutral, non-reactive, understanding 5th chakra is physical, 6th body, Sixth body is intuition. Seventh is aura. Eighth is prana. Ninth is subtle. And 10th is radiant. You spoke about the course I offer called the Awakening of the 10 Bodies. That course on your streaming is everything I do every morning to awaken all 10 of my bodies so I can run and jump and be spontaneous and rest and sleep and eat when I'm hungry and offer unlimited. I am not tired. This whole idea about stressors, anxiety, and tired, and this thing about overwhelm, we need to change the vocabulary. So with the prosperity, we can focus on switching up our words, how we want to communicate. Because the conscious communication for today is how we hear. And when we hear kindness and compassion and devotion and love, we find strength and courage, and we find creativity, and we find a new fabric to wear, a pattern to propose, a new idea to offer. It's just so much prosperity. So when we put our moon center, the sides of our hands together like this, what are we looking at? We're looking at the story of our life. The lines in the palm of your hand there's your story right there. So when you put your elbows in your rib cage and you angle this up at a 60-degree angle, so it's up, you're looking down now at the story of your life in the palm of your hands, over the tip of the nose, so the posture is perfect to awaken the third eye point. The eyes are just 1/10 open, so just a little squinty, which will activate optic nerve. You'll see only what you're asking for. You'll focus only on that check for $1 million to bring abundance to a city or a pilgrimage or whatever you want to do with that. It's up to you. It's buy a new house. It's up to you. You'll focus on that as your prosperity, and you'll hit the sides of that moon center, and then you'll turn the palms down and you'll hit your index finger, and your right thumb will go under your left thumb. So it'll go like this. So it'll go hud, 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 and you'll hit, but we'll chant the mantra H-A-D. It's H-A-R, pronounced H-U-D. So it goes hud, 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 hud. Tip of the tongue, upper palate.
And what does that mean, Hud?
That
When we're
means
saying that?
God.
Oh,
It
God.
means
Okay.
God, goddess, anything. It's just an energy at the base, second chakra, tip of the tongue, upper palate, second chakra comes in every time you pound your hands together with hud. Pull your navel. Hud, 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 hud. Good. You just sat up super straight. It sets you up. It changes your glandular system. And you look and focus exactly on that $1 million check being written out in your name, signed by the donor, given to you. Take it in your car. Take yourself down to the bank and cash it, deposit it, and now donate it to whatever purpose that you have in your life that is offering prosperity and health and wellness and grace and all that to the world, in which we're paying attention to, on how to come together, how to serve in a most voluntary way. And this comes through when you chant hud, 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 hud. And it straightens your spine. It drops your shoulders. You lean back slightly, both feet on the ground, chin up and chin in. So you choke that beautiful throat chakra, which is your physical body. And then when you're done, you inhale and you look at the palms of your hands and you feel the vibration and you see the prosperity. And then exhale, left hand over right, right hand over left, and you sit in this oneness. And you breathe this eighth body, this breath, this prana, and you develop a relationship deeply with anything I'm holding on to. May I please allow it to dissolve into grace, for she is very generous. She will pick you up and put you all back together again like Humpty Dumpty. And every crack is an opening of light and love, prosperity. So there's no fear any longer of death. There's only life. There's rebirth. Feel your heart. It's a beautiful part, isn't it, of this practice? So that's H-A-R pronounced H-U-D. And you can chant that and you can go up to 61 minutes if you're really focused on when you're really focused on something you really want to manifest and you just can't find the person to give you the money for it.
Yeah. And then, so what's the significance of the 3 minutes to 61 minutes? Is that like the minimum amount of time where you're raising your frequency?
Your questions are fantastic. The 3 minutes, really so important. The 3 minutes changes your electromagnetic field.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
What happens when we're in everyone's electromagnetic field? We are totally in that word chaos.
Yes.
You go into a restaurant, that's what you're feeling, is everyone's vibrating from their electromagnetic field. And if yours isn't in place before you left that house, you're going to pick up on it.
Yeah.
So keep your spirit really pure. 11 minutes is an intelligence cycle. So you can go 3 minutes, you can go 11 minutes. And 61 minutes just hits it out of the ballpark. You're serious about this. And when you start, which is today, your goal is 40 days without a break. Consecutive days. If you stop at 39 and don't do the 40th, you have to start all over. This is how the mind works. This is how the body works. So get it together. Just sit down. Find a place in your house. And if you're in a hotel or if you're in the woods, it's your house. But if you do have an altar in your home, light the candle. Take a cold shower, scrub your skin, oil your skin with almond oil. Give her a good scrub. Rinse her off with cold. Wrap her up and sit and meditate and do your sadhana. Every morning you will reunite. And when you call it stream, we are just the ocean. We are the rivers meeting the ocean. The ocean accepts us all the time, every tear, everything we drop, all the issues, all the projections are nicely rewarded.
Yes. I can see that. I can see how that consistency could build in protecting and magnifying your electromagnetic field. Thank you for explaining that because I've heard research done on meditation talking about 20 minutes and that being a threshold, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I have seen it in other practices.
Yeah. Yeah, another. So, well, I did want to give you a moment to share a little bit more about your book, Light on Kundalini, and maybe the purpose of your book, just so you have an opportunity to share with our audience.
So the book talks about it takes a village, and it talks about how the analogy of a village to help you navigate through this book and help you understand that it's just all about offerings and practicing and community and the sangat, and all the yogas are involved in this book, dear one. I talk about every single yoga. I talk about every type of meditation. We being me, myself, and I, being a devotee type yogi, a bhakti yogi, tends to, when I find something, I stick to it. It serves me. It's that live preet, my name in the Sikh tradition, that it's that one pointed devotion to God, generator, organizer, delivery, ultimately generator, organizer, destroyer. So the ego is destroyed. So we talk about this on how I started in my career as a model with a one-way ticket to Paris from Boulder, Colorado. And how did that manifest when I had no clue 3 weeks before I was going?
Yeah.
And somebody found me and took my picture and said, "You're a model." And I was like, "What's that?" Seriously. And then to go to France and say, "Oh, I need to speak the language." I thought everybody, the innocence comes out in this book. And now it's on audio.
Beautiful.
So the woman reading it on audio is animated and creative, and she gets it. And I chose her for that reason to deliver this book in such a way that, yes, it's practical. Super practical, super scientific. Dr. Kurt Johnson helped write this book. He came to Boulder and he stayed for a month on my veranda, and I riffed and he typed. And we came up with the importance of delivering Karuna's story
Gosh.
so that women and men, young, can know that when they don't have any outlet to go to, nobody told me how to deal with death. I had death hit me, and I talk about it in the book early on, devastated loss. And no one told me how to deal with that when I went to New York. I just was lucky to trust the divine at that moment, find yoga, find holistic healing. And it kept moving me towards my soul closer and closer to every photo shoot I was going to was just always joyful and smiling and happy. And then I would come back and sit with myself in the evenings after those extraordinary days in front of many amazing people and photographs and all this superficial stuff, to have to come home to me, who was grieving, going through the trauma. And so it's how to get yourself out of the rabbit hole, how to find a village, how to compliment yourself and take it easy, or be more forgiving about yourself, less judgmental, and how to work in a tribe, a community of offering. When I went to the Bristol Vic Theater School to get in there to become a helicopter pilot, there's no way I could pass the navigation test. And I did. And I fell over backwards in my chair because I kept surprising myself on these journeys I was taking. And they were very life, learning journeys I was taking. And becoming a mother. You have children. I have adult children now. I'm a grandmother, actually.
Oh, amazing.
That baby is speaking my language. Like I'm chanting
Yeah.
to the baby, to my grandson, and he understands. His eyes are wide open. So it's the youth, even the newborns are coming in with this gift. And so I share my story in this book. And I think you'll learn from it as well. And you'll find once you become super one-pointed and devoted, that doesn't mean those
Blinders. Right.
no way. That means opening. It puts you in alignment with you. It put me in alignment with Steve Farrell. It put me in alignment with Kurt Johnson. It put me in alignment with the evolutionary leaders community, which I'm a part of this year for the first year, invited in. It gives you wisdom and grace, this book, to understand that it's an opening. You have to share your story. And if
Yeah.
your mother was like my mother, she didn't share, and she had an amazing story. But it was,
Beautiful.
it was the 60s or whatever,
Yeah.
70s, and they don't share. And we share. And now she shares because I share. And when we share, we open a portal inside of ourself of trust. And
Beautiful.
yeah, so
Well, thank you. Thank you, Karuna, for this inspiring conversation and beautiful mantras and meditation. Thank you to our audience, Stream Plus members, and also anyone who might join our Stream Plus community. We hope to see you at future events. And yeah, so the theme was seeing with the eyes of compassion. And we look forward to connecting with you in the future, Karuna, and our audience. Blessings.
I'm so happy to be here with you and all of you, and I'm so blessed. Thank you. Sat Nam.
Thank you very much.